evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching NDTV. Maharashtra polling date is getting closer, and leading the Mahayuti's battle against the Opposition Maha Vikas Aghadi in this high-stakes battle this time is, as always, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In fact, the Prime Minister was in Eastern Vidarbha today and also in Western Maharashtra, where he launched a scathing attack on the opposition. In fact, he called the Maha Vikas Aghadi the biggest khiladi in corruption. In fact, he also alleged that the alliance is an expert in hampering development and that the Congress party has a double PhD when it comes to stalling development. He said that the BJP-led Mahayuti will retain power in Maharashtra with a massive majority and that the ruling alliance is the only one that is capable of bringing more development to the state of Maharashtra. Now, we are talking about a state that holds the top spot when it comes to attracting investments. In fact, the NDA has prided itself on infra push in Maharashtra, but the opposition has also said that the growth hasn't been inclusive. Now, who has delivered better when it comes to development? That is the question we asked today. Before I bring in my guests and also my colleague Radhika, let's listen into what the Prime Minister said today.
ये महा अगाड़ी वाले जिस गाड़ी पर चल रहे हैं वो ऐसी गाड़ी है, न पहिए हैं, न ब्रेक है, और कौन चलाएगा इसके लिए मारम्मार है। ये अगाड़ी वाले कभी भी महाराष्ट्र को सी सरकार नहीं दे सकते। अगाड़ी वालों ने केवल विकास पर ब्रेक लगाने में पीएचडी कर दी है। कामों को अटकाना, लटकाना और भटकाना, ये कांग्रेस वाले तो इसमें डबल पीएचडी है, एक्सपर्ट है।
ये हिंदुस्तान का संविधान है, इसमें कहां लिखा है कि गरीब लोगों को दबाया जाना चाहिए, किसानों को सही दाम नहीं दिया जाना चाहिए? इसमें कहां लिखा है? हाँ, तो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इस किताब को, मैं गारंटी लिख के कह रहा हूं, प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इस किताब को पढ़ा तक नहीं है। क्योंकि अगर प्रधानमंत्री ने यह किताब पढ़ी होती तो जो इस किताब के अंदर लिखा है उसकी रिस्पेक्ट करते।
My colleague Radhika joins us with more details on this. Radhika, the Prime Minister has been on a spree of giving out slogans that in some ways are becoming central to the Mahayuti's campaign. A few days ago, he said that ek rahenge to safe rahenge. And today he has come up with this thing that Aghadi khiladi hai bhrashtachar ke. So clearly, you know, there seems to be a lot more focus on targeted groups here. He is clearly focusing on the fact that the Aghadi has been criticized enough of stalling development, specifically when it comes to the state of Maharashtra. Tell us, what are the big takeaways from the Prime Minister's rallies today, and also the importance of his the locations, because Chandrapur, Sholapur and also Pune.
That's right. Poll battle certainly heating up in Maharashtra, and it has reached its crescendo because it's just 1 week away from elections in the state. And of course, attacks and counterattacks we're witnessing over the last several weeks. And this is not the first rally as far as Prime Minister Modi, or for that matter, Rahul Gandhi or Amit Shah are concerned. But all top guns of the BJP, of the Congress party, are in multiple regions in the state of Maharashtra. Today, of course, Vidarbha is in focus. As far as the regions that Prime Minister Modi visited, agrarian distress at its peak, which is why both the Prime Minister Modi as well as Rahul Gandhi, who were in the Eastern Vidarbha regions, did speak directly to the farmers, both of them speaking about the schemes that they have launched over the last several years and the schemes that they will be launching, especially in the sugarcane belt and for cotton farmers in the days to come. Of course, farmer distress is something that has been the central focus point as far as these elections are concerned. But more than than that, it is the constitution, caste that have been at the center of it all. Constitution, caste, and of course development work that has played the center stage, that has taken the center stage when it comes to be Prime Minister Modi, Rahul Gandhi or Amit Shah. Of course, Prime Minister Modi there targeting MVA, saying they have only stalled development projects. They have double PhD in blocking development projects, and also going on to directly target Congress party once again, saying they've been only playing divisive politics. They never really bothered to bring development or welfare for Adivasis, the tribals, the Dalits or the backward communities, and the Congress party just wants to weaken the tribals. This is something the Prime Minister reiterated once again today in Chimur as well as in Sholapur. Of course, development plank is something that Mahayuti is heavily riding on. Of course, Prime Minister Modi also speaking about Ladki Bahan scheme, how only Mahayuti government had been launching multiple schemes, not just for farmers, but for the women and, of course, for the youth of the state of Maharashtra, which the Congress party, or rather the MVA, had been trying to stall. Of course, counter-attack by Rahul Gandhi. Once again, he is, stressing on constitution, how constitution had been in danger, is in danger, how the BJP has not, Prime Minister Modi has not read the constitution, and therefore, this is BJP and RSS trying to destroy the constitution, something that worked for the Congress party, particularly the MVA, during Lok Sabha elections. Not really sure whether this rhetoric will work once again. But yes, attacks and counterattacks going on. Amit Shah currently in Ghatkopar trying to woo the voters there. So he is in Mumbai today. And yes, as you mentioned, political discourse certainly becoming sharper here as we inch closer to elections in the state of Maharashtra.
Thank you, Radhika. Even as you speak, the Prime Minister is in Pune, the land of Peshwas, and there he is speaking. This is in fact his third rally today. He has already addressed rallies in Chandrapur, in Eastern Vidarbha, and of course in Sholapur, and in Western Maharashtra, now in Pune. Remember, this is part of the state where it is NCP led by Sharad Pawar versus NCP led by Ajit Pawar. That is the battle that is in the spotlight in this part of the state. And of course, BJP also has a lot of Maratha leaders. In fact, the MOS Civil Aviation, Muralidhar Mohol himself comes from Pune to talk about whose narrative is going to click and who has really delivered when it comes to development. We have with us Siddharth Yadav, who comes from the BJP. We have Matthew Anthony from the Congress party, and we have author and senior journalist Rohit Chandavarkar. Thank you all of you for joining me on this show. To you, Matthew, first, Maharashtra has secured the highest FDI in India for the second consecutive time. These are numbers from September. Now, Maharashtra has held this top spot in FDI for the past 2 years. It has even surpassed Gujarat and even Karnataka. Karnataka, in fact, is a distant second. Don't you think that there could be some credit that could be given to the alliance that they've managed this despite all the political uncertainties that we talk about?
Vasudha, good evening, and I would like to counter it by saying that you have seen the GDP report where it states that the Maharashtra GDP has come down from 15.5% to 13.3%, and the poverty levels in Maharashtra is close to say around 2.6 crores of people are under poverty, and the unemployment ratio is high. The farmers' distress is very high. 8,000 farmers committed suicide, and 566 farmers committed suicide in the last 6 months in the Amravati district alone. And now we have businesses moving out of Maharashtra to Gujarat. The gift city has not come to Mumbai, which is the financial capital of India, but it has gone to Gujarat. The diamond bosses, which is well established in Maharashtra and Mumbai, which has been taken out to Gujarat. And now people are coming back here. Now, how are you saying that Maharashtra is flourishing when you have a farmer's distress? Soybean, which was at 10,000 rupees a quintal, is now at 3,500. The onion exporters of Maharashtra has got a ban on their onion exports, whereas Gujarat exporters have got a special provision to export them. So how can you claim that Maharashtra is winning? Where is the employment being generated in Maharashtra?
Okay,
that's exactly the problem in Maharashtra.
So
and
Matthew, that is an important question. I'll go to Siddharth for this, but let's also listen into what the Prime Minister is saying. He's making some very important points in Pune. Just for a bit, let's listen into what the Prime Minister is trying to highlight in his rally in Pune.
की लिस्ट में हमारा महाराष्ट्र सबसे ऊपर है। पुणे को
चाय की कट्टरता हो, दलों से
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और आईटी क्षेत्रों में आया तो यहां नई सीटें जोड़ी है। अब हमने तय किया है कि आने वाले 5 सालों में मेडिकल की 75,000 नई सीटें और जोड़ी जाएगी। इससे भी मिडिल क्लास के बच्चों का बहुत पैसा बचेगा, उन्हें पढ़ने के लिए बाहर नहीं जाना पड़ेगा। साथियों, पुणे, ये मेरा पुणे तो स्टार्टअप्स का हब है। हाल में हमने स्टार्टअप्स को बढ़ावा देने के लिए बहुत सारे कदम उठाए। हमने स्पेस स्टार्टअप के लिए 1,000 करोड़ रुपए का स्पेशल फंड बनाने का निर्णय लिया है। जो युवा साथी रिसर्च में जाना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए भी एक बहुत बड़ा रिसर्च फंड हमने बनाया है। नौजवानों को नौकरियां मिले, इसके लिए हमने विशेष पीएम पैकेज घोषित किया है। इसके तहत बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियों में इंटर्नशिप की योजना शुरू भी हो चुकी है। कंपनियों में पहली जॉब पर प्रोत्साहन देने का काम भी हमारी सरकार कर रही है।
Okay, that's the Prime Minister there addressing a rally in Pune. Siddharth, you heard what Matthew had to say. Clearly, there is polarity when it comes to big infrastructure projects and development, and also there are farmer issues which also the state reflected in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. How confident is the party of actually countering something like that? Because majority of India is still, at least rural or urban, and these issues do matter a lot. Okay, Siddharth, you have to unmute yourself.
Good evening, Vasudha. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
My apologies for that. Good evening to all your viewers. Vasudha, I think in the age of 21st century, data speaks for a lot, and such things cannot be hidden with data. Today, Maharashtra is the leading state in our country, #1 in the share of the GDP in our country. It has crossed the 40,000 crore mark in its share of GDP. It's 13% of the country's share and #1 and leading state. We saw the recent the annual budget also, and we saw that the maximum number of projects and the maximum share of expenditure was given to the state of Maharashtra. Now, when we see that, when we see a booming state, a state which is, generating employment, a state which is giving more and more opportunities, a state which is hosting the maximum number of startups, that can also be reflected by the people and as their aspirations are addressed. When it comes down to the farmers' issues or issues which concern, the farming community, I think the Congress party actually needs to do a comparison of what is being happening in the states that they do and the state of Maharashtra. What has happened in Karnataka? 1,200 farmers committed suicide after the Congress party took over. What happened in the other states where Congress is there? It is clearly, and now the people of the country can very clearly understand that it is only the Bharatiya Janata Party and the NDA alliance governments that can actually deliver on the promises that they do. And the Congress party always has to backtrack, because what has happened in Himachal, what has happened in Karnataka cannot be forgotten by the people of this country.
That's a comparison. Rohit, Maharashtra, we also know, suffered from some lack of political stability in the last few years. Specifically, we saw a lot of changes in political dynamics. Elections haven't happened in major urban bodies, Pune, Mumbai. How do you see business? Has it been as usual for entrepreneurs, small and big? And also when it comes to infra projects, this whole narrative that development is driven because infra projects flourish and that MVA is only stalling development. Is that something that actually resonates with people of the state?
Vasudha, as we speak and as we are, doing this show, I have one eye on the Prime Minister's speech that is happening in Pune, my home city, right now, and I'm listening to it since last 25 minutes or so. And I think he's talking a lot about infrastructure and investment and all the economic issues. Before coming here to this city, Prime Minister was in Solapur, and I heard him talking about ethanol production and sugarcane and helping sugarcane farmers, etc. In Pune, he's talking about the 11,000 crore Pune-Solapur highway expansion, the 6,000 crore missing link that is going to be built on the Pune-Mumbai Expressway. And he's speaking about 6,000 crore, 8,000 crore rupee ring road that is going to come up around Pune city. So he's speaking a lot about startups, about IT sector, about automobile sector in Pune, helping them with funds, and then talking about all these economic issues and saying that during Maha Vikas Aghadi's regime, previous regime in Maharashtra, all that was done was blocking of these projects, metro projects and other projects. So the PM today is speaking a lot and concentrating, focusing a lot on infra projects and investment and economic issues. Last few days in Maharashtra, we saw a debate happening around Hindutva and that batenge or batenge to katenge kind of slogans and all of that. And Devendra Fadnavis also speaking on Hindutva and other things. Suddenly today onwards, I think the focus is on investment infrastructure. I see a lot of changes happening in Pune, Western Maharashtra, all these places in terms of hard infrastructure. In terms of highway expansion, metro coming in Pune, many other things I can quote here, but lack of time, I can't list everything.
Right.
On the other side, the opposition is alleging that it is the soft infrastructure that is suffering. Educational institutes are not expanding fast enough. Hospitals for public hospitals are not, coming up in large numbers, etc.
Right.
So it's a balance between, these two things. I think if the BJP says they've worked on infrastructure and on economic development, it is true to some extent. If the opposition says soft infrastructure, which is government schools, government hospitals, is not really functioning the way it should function under BJP, that is also true. So that is a balance between here and there. And we have to wait for the 20th to see which part the voter gets convinced about and which way do the voters in Maharashtra, especially Western Maharashtra, where the Prime Minister is today, which way those votes go, Vasudha.
Absolutely. Matthew, the same question I asked to Rohit also. This whole narrative that MVA is against development, there are children of even rural voters, even SC/ST, OBC communities who want development, who feel that, that leads to more jobs. Infrastructure projects are not really derided as only for the rich. Do you think because, we also live in changing times, that is something that might hurt the Congress party that is focused a lot on social justice, welfare, and this whole push to infrastructure is somewhat that is missing there?
Vasudha, it is quite strange to see from a television editor anchor to say that we are against development, because who said we are against development? It is the Prime Minister who is always making a lie that the Congress is against development. MVA is corrupt. When MVA is in the opposition and the Mahayuti is ruling, how can we be corrupt? So we are saying that we need a holistic development. The infrastructure development is definitely required for the entire state, irrespective of whomsoever is in the government. But at the same time, we need development for the poor also, which is into the public education, public health care, public infrastructure for them, which can be afforded. They cannot afford, high-end tolls. They cannot afford high-end fees, to go and use of public infrastructure. That's exactly what we are for. We need development in the state. Now, where is the BMC election happened in the last 2.5 years? If at all you wanted the corporators for each of the city to be developing, their infrastructures and all other things in the localities. Where is the Pune municipality elections which is being conducted? Everything is kind of taken by the government, taken care by the government. Contracts are being awarded without proper tenders. 800 crores was spent for Mumbai beautification. And what is that? You put tricolor lights across the post, whereas, the students of the BMC schools are starving.
Okay.
What is the development?
Yeah, let me ask this to Siddharth. Siddharth, a different question for you. We actually, spoke a lot during Haryana debate, and you kept saying that it's the BJP that is winning. Do you think that after the Haryana election, the BJP has also changed its campaign, because now there's equal focus on caste. There's also an aggressive positioning when it comes to constitution and its protection. So clearly, it is not just development for the BJP. It's not just Vikas. There's something beyond Vikas also, because the importance of caste and welfare is also something that BJP has understood, because it's also focusing on freebies.
Vasudha, I'll quickly answer that, but before that, I'll just respond to Matthews. When we say that Maha Vikas Aghadi is development. The people of Maharashtra have seen that in the 2.5 years government that they led, how many projects were stalled and stayed by the government. The Mumbai Metro project, the Sea Link project, there's a long list. And long list was of projects of development, infrastructure, hardcore projects that were not given sanctions, that were rejected in time or were stayed. That is what the people have seen, and that is why this contention is brought forward. But when it comes down to, you say that after post Haryana, we have to focus on other issues apart from development, and also the progress that we put to people. Definitely, Vasudha, I feel for a government that has made more aims that were made in 65 years in this country, the government that has come up with maximum number of new universities, maximum number of new IITs, maximum number of new triple IITs, we also had to face a lot of political vulturism in the Lok Sabha when people came up with fake narrative by saying, the Samvidhan is in khatra and all of that. So we have to counter that, and we have to bring people to reality.
Absolutely.
And show the
Let's
real
ask
side
the
of
expert that
opposition.
question. Rohit, do you see that there's a visible, evident difference in the way the Prime Minister and the whole of BJP is campaigning? Because there seems to be equal focus on a lot of things, and also the importance of Mumbai MMR region. Can you also tell our viewers, because the Prime Minister is focused on Pune and of course Mumbai. In fact, he's going to have this massive rally in Shivaji Park on the 14th. So clearly that area of the state is also important for the BJP specifically, even if it's not for the allies.
Vasudha, the BJP is taking this election very seriously, very, very seriously. And you see all their top leaders, including PM Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, and all others, many others like Yogi Adityanath, etc., coming to Maharashtra, doing rallies and all of that, because Maharashtra is the most industrialized, the top economically at the top slot kind of a state. It has Mumbai, which is the financial capital, and it has all the industry and economic factors that matter. Now the thing is, the BJP's worry is they don't want the election to go the way the Lok Sabha election went, in the sense that they can see that in the rural areas of Maharashtra, the agro sector, the farm distress, and all these things affected them quite a lot in Marathwada or Vidarbha or some parts of Western Maharashtra. While in urban areas, they did relatively well, like they won the Pune seat, they won some seats in Mumbai, etc.
Right.
So I think what I can see here and what I want to tell your viewers is that, the BJP is trying to balance this now, saying that we are working for farmers also, we are working in rural areas also, and we want to retain our urban middle class, higher middle class votes also.
I think that is what
Generally
the BJP is also trying to do.
Well in urban areas, but rural areas might be a challenge, Vasudha.
Absolutely. Thank you all of you for joining me on this show. It is development and welfare and caste this time, all in equal measure. Like Rohit was also pointing out, even as both sides wait for the other to make a mistake. Remember, the Maharashtra election is scheduled on the 20th of November. Of course, the results will come out on the 23rd, but it's Jharkhand that will be voting in its first phase tomorrow. We will be tracking that very closely. Time for a short break. Keep watching NDTV.